Burn the gods. It's hard to believe your luck. The fact is, at this point, it's all beginning to seem just a touch cliche, isn't it? Evil necromancer kidnaps a young girl, hides out in a cemetery and throws wave after wave of skeleton and zombie at you. The ogre zombie was a nice touch though, but it's far from your first day on the job. Using the radiant power of Master Dwarf's singular devotion, it was short work, if it was a touch exasperating. You make your way further into the cemetery and begin to approach the singular mausoleum, clearly his hiding place. You actually roll your eyes at how predictable this all is. Then you feel something touch your back. The touch is so cold that it hurts. Ice and fire whirl together as the pain climbs up your back and almost into your heart. Before you can let out a cry for help, you're pushed forward and into the backs of the cleric and the samurai. Your companions catch you, and all four of you turn around. There you see the pale, gaunt face of an adventurer, and she is wearing decayed leather armor, the longbow on her back, a quiver on her hip, and a long sword in her hand. But her eyes are the long, dead cocktail of dark magic and hatred. I served the Lord in life, and now I have the privilege to serve him again in death. She calls to you and readied her sword. Maybe this isn't so cliche, or easy. Maybe the Lord was just trying to wear you down for this, because she is definitely not like anything you've seen before. Roll a Constitution save, and oh yeah, you took 7 points of necrotic damage for that touch. Roll for initiative.
Love it.
I like it.
Hey there, creatures. James jumping in here before we get into the fun. I just wanted to give you all a heads up that today is an extra special episode featuring Jessy Boros from the DMs of Vancouver. They're a local podcast that interview DMs from all around the world and have great advice. I highly recommend you check them out. All of their links will be in the show notes. Hey there, creatures, and welcome to Encounter This, a podcast exploration of the creatures from Dungeons & Dragons and the lore that surrounds them.
Hello, creatures of the undead kind. Welcome to Encounter This. I am your co-host, Freeman Whiteout Easton, and James Whiteboy Kid will be taking us through the creature Wight.
Would you believe it?
Wouldn't you believe it? And today we are doing something a little extra special. A lot extra special, let's be honest. A lot extra special. Yeah. We, for the first time, have a third co-host, and his name is Jessy White-Hot Boros. Is it Boros? Boros?
Yes, it's Boros.
Boros. Jessy White-Hot Boros. So there's a white, it's a WIGHT, and we found it on the Wizards of the Coast Monster Manual, page 300 on the dot. James, welcome, Jessy, and James, please take us away.
Yeah,
Jessy and James, I just figured that out.
Thank you so much for being here today, Jessy. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Hey, thanks so much for inviting me on.
This is going to be the worst ever, I think.
It's going to be
you're gonna love it, I think. Your nickname was almost White On, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Jessy White On Boros. Oh man.
Just wanted to
I mean, you could have done a white on red and made a Magic the Gathering joke because of my last name, but
that's
not in our wheelhouse.
No, where's Remy when you need him?
Yeah.
But I wanted to keep the race card in my pocket for a little bit later. But
oh man,
it's too bad we're not doing something with so many colors, because you could have been Jessy Aurora Boros.
Oh, that would have been good.
We'll have you back on for the coatl for that.
Yeah, there you go.
In the meantime, yes, we are actually going to eventually discuss the Wight from Dungeons and Dragons.
Is it going to start right now? Or?
It is going to start right now.
Okay. So
would you believe
all right.
that Wight used to mean person?
Oof, that's a
yep.
That's
a
controversial statement already.
Those are 3 verbatim words from the Monster Manual.
So that was a thing I already knew.
Oh, was it?
That's awesome.
because I was an English student in college and we read Beowulf, and it is used several times in the version I read.
Oh.
And so I had to stop and look it up because I was already familiar with D&D, and I was like, what is happening?
What's going on here?
Just Beowulf fighting the
Doesn't make any
undead.
sense. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's cool. That's an interesting translation of Beowulf that we will get into a little bit later, I think.
All right.
So in D&D, wights are evil undead who were once mortals driven by desire and vanity, usually raised by some vile god or devil or demon lord. It specifically names Orcus in the monster manual, which I thought was really cool. Orcus, the demon blood god, I think is his title.
I thought it was Prince of Undead.
Prince of Undead is definitely another one of them, but Orcus is definitely the blood god, if I remember correctly. So he's the undead, he's the blood god, he's all that nonsense. He can be found somewhere in Mordecai's Tome of Foes and in a future episode, I'm sure. Quick self-plug.
Maybe one day, yeah.
So wights, they're different from traditional undead because they actually have their own malevolent agenda. So they have memories that drives their foremost selves, and they just yearn to consume the spark of life, which they can see somehow as a white-hot radiance. So anything that's alive, a wight can see in the dark.
Oh.
I imagine this is like the predator vision for aliens.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if any of you...
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Just glowing
Yeah.
white through walls and shit.
I like that. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, but do they have dark vision?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Because I mean, if they do, it's still a cool flavor, but it's almost a little bit redundant, like in the dark. But
No, they don't have dark vision, but they
Okay.
have sunlight sensitivity, so
Okay.
it kind of cancels it out. Speaking of sunlight sensitivity, they shun the sun and flee to their lairs in daylight. Their lairs are obviously dark and absent of life because they would have snuffed it out, and they can and often do serve as shock troopers for an evil overlord. I think that's verbatim, which kind of bugs me. I feel like they could have worded that better, but
Yeah.
I can't
shock
shit on
troopers
Chris
for an
Chris
evil
Perkins every
overlord. Yeah,
episode.
it's like they ran out of synonyms for this one. It's getting to the end of the book, so
It is getting to the end of the book. And they're smart enough that they can make their own plans, but they rely on their resolution to tire out and overpower an enemy and hold on to that sense, because that's a cool one. That comes up a little bit later. And they don't require air or sleep or sustenance, so they're regular undead nonsense.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Would you say they have they can overpower their enemy especially well with a New Year's resolution?
They're probably just really sick at going to the gym.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
At least for the month of January, anyway. Hard to speak past that.
Sober January, no gym, no one's happy.
Just a
What a
swole white.
miserable, the middle of winter here in Canada, miserable month.
Swole whites.
Yeah.
There actually was a swole white in previous editions, Freeman. Did you know that?
A swole white?
Swole white. That's not the actual name. The technical name is a slaughter white from 4th edition. And these things were actually fucking beasts. So
Yeah.
they've got an extra thing that you don't see anymore. I think it's very similar to the Banshee's Whale, actually, which is a 5-foot burst, DC 21 fort save, or 2d6 plus 4 necrotic. And then all undead allies can make that same fucking attack as a reaction.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, 4th edition doesn't fuck about.
Yeah.
If you learn anything on this show, you should learn that 4th edition does not fuck about.
I mean, it fucked with the whole status quo of D&D.
Yeah, also that.
But it doesn't fuck about at the same time. It fucked with, but not
Yes,
about.
correct.
Yeah.
And there were 2 other types of white in 4E, and that's the battle white, the deathlock white.
Deathlock.
That's what I really miss about 4E is having every monster has multiple variants.
Yeah.
So like my biggest frustration with 5E, especially when I started running it, was like there was no better version of an orc, really.
Yep, that's so true. Did you play 4E? Are you an old school guy?
That's basically when I started.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
started just before 4E started.
Nice. So
So I went to a midnight release and everything.
that's
Crazy. Amazing.
fucking nerd.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here because your nerd card's
I
bigger
mean,
than
I
ours.
picked up like
Apparently,
every Halo game at midnight release, so
crazy. I've been to one midnight release and I hated myself for it. Why would I do that? Could have been at work.
all right, what else you got?
Well, speaking of earlier than 4th edition, 3.5 has this fucking dope book where you can take PC classes in undead roles called the Libris Mortis, the Book of the Undead. This thing is fucking awesome. So if you played 3.5 or Pathfinder, you can essentially multi-class into an undead, and white is one of those things.
Whoa.
So you can just take levels in white, and it's fucking amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're going to have this on the show notes for sure, because this is my new favorite thing. It's going in everything. I'm scrapping the campaign I'm running now. It's going to be all undead. Everybody's a mummy.
I got to start re-rolling a character?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Start
I can roll with that.
re-rolling
When we
a
be part
Pathfinder.
undead, I'm down.
Yeah. We'll just port over Good Sparrow from our Pathfinder game.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll make it more interesting.
So going back even further, the Wight was actually one of the first monsters introduced. So it was introduced in the Wight box, which is one of the first Dungeons and Dragons things ever released. So at this point, there were more like minions. They were a little less weapons focused, but they had level drain, which was fucking awesome.
Oof.
Which is a mechanic that doesn't seem to exist in 5e anymore because it's super hard to calculate.
There's not much drain in 5e, I don't think.
No, other than hit point drain.
Yeah.
But other than that, they seemed, other than 4th edition, of course, they were always lawful evil. I actually don't have what they were here in 4th edition, but I imagine they're just chaotic undead. Cause
I just imagined 4th edition didn't have alignment because they changed so much shit.
So they're definitely undead in all those, and they're lawful evil throughout all the generations. I would like to throw out an honorable mention to a couple of 3E variations: the Lava Wight, the Winter Wight, and the Vile Wight.
Lava Wight.
Yeah, the Lava Wight is great.
Undead dripping with magma.
Yeah, I think the Winter Wight probably single-handedly inspired the Game of Thrones books.
Oh, yeah?
But anybody's more qualified than me to talk about that.
We'll have to check them out.
Yeah, it's good. And then the next thing that's going to be in our reading list, this is also amazing. As a chef, I can really appreciate this. In 2nd edition, they released a book called Volo's Guide to Cormorant. It's a city in Greyhawk, I believe, it's a region in Greyhawk. No, it's a region in the Forgotten Realms. I'm an idiot. It's Cormorant's east of the Sword Coast. And there's a city there called Marsember, which is known as the City of Spices, where there's a restaurant called Wight on a Water Dragon, and it is primarily known for its seafood pies and section of pâtés.
That's the sort of thing we all need more in our D&D
Right?
campaigns.
Like, that's the kind of lure I want.
That's like
don't give me another monster manual. Tell me about the spices in the Forgotten Realms.
seafood pie and pâtés.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's so good.
This reminds me of like my favorite types of like third-party material, which is not necessarily setting books, but books that are like, here's a bunch of restaurants that we made up.
Yeah, I love
And,
those.
Yeah, those are to me more useful because usually I make my own setting. So just being able to be like, yes, I will use this thing, so I don't have to build a whole restaurant from scratch.
Oh, yes, like here's a PDF of a menu.
Yeah.
Just 4 different types of chicken.
Oh, man.
Yeah, fuck, that's so good.
That being said, one of the greatest things, I can't remember if we talked about this on a previous episode or not, we were talking about recently, one of the greatest things I believe you improvised in our campaign was when we got drunk over Christmas playing and went bar hopping in the game.
Yeah, I improvised that whole session.
And
Start to
we
finish.
went to a tavern, and there was dire mead behind
Dire Bee mead. I actually stole that idea from Sean.
Oh, did you?
The Dire Bees I stole from Sean, Jesse's co-host.
Did you
DMs of Vancouver.
Did you steal the part
Nope,
where
that was all homebrew.
You improvised that?
Yeah.
So the best part was like there's a number next to it, like it was a vintage. It was like, well, what does it indicate? It's like indicate how many people had to die in order to get the honey to make the mead. Fighting the dire beers. And so we had this it was like an 11-person death batch of mead. So it was like crazy expensive. And we were all really drunk. Jay's fiance Jess made a homemade creme de cacao. We were drinking Brandy Alexander's.
Oh yeah, we fucked with cocktails that night for sure. It was a weird one. It was the only session that I've literally homebrewed everything that happened.
Oh my god, it was so funny. I think Lee was the only one trying to roleplay that night.
Yeah, he tried to roleplay so hard I had to call him on the phone and explain to him what happened the next morning.
Oh god, that was fun.
So good.
Anyway,
give Sean a big thanks for that because that was directly inspired by an episode. I think your episode with Andrew Kaywood.
Jonathan
And
oh
yeah, the one with Jonathan. Is that where he mentions he always wanted to use dire bees, the homebrew monster episode?
yeah, I think so. Or at least we ended up like talking. We ended up kind of like between the three of us, like kind of talking about what that would look like.
Yes.
Because Jonathan is an entomologist, so we talked to him about insects.
That's cool.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's exactly where that comes from. Is from Sean. Thank you, Sean. You made my players today. Speaking of bullshit homebrews, back in AD&D, Dragon Magazine released a creature called an undead white dragon. All of those words in a sentence. I don't like. I could not track down a stat block to save my life because Dragon Magazine. Paizo, please republish all of it. Just give me
send the PDFs.
Give me a
there.
compendium.
Yeah, what do you get to lose?
I'm going to tweet at you, Jason Bowman, tomorrow. Like, get on this.
Oh man.
So there's not a whole lot in D&D.
Yeah,
I guess
it's pretty
is what I'm
simple.
getting
Like
at. There's some cool shit in there.
Lore-wise, yeah.
But I mean, that's going to be the kind of the going theme for this is don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. They're shock troopers for evil lords. That's your flavor.
Exactly. There's your flavor. They can see the living beings. Okay, so cultural lore. Obviously, we have to start with the etymology.
All right, etymology. IRL. Let's go.
IRL. So it's spelled whiskey, India, golf, hotel, and tango. So the word comes from wit, which is a living being, creature, person, item, or thing, which is literally just a synonym for noun. Then gets derived into witty, which is a thing or a demon, and then into wight, which is creature, which is, we explored that one a little bit deeper in the hag episodes.
Yeah.
And into wights, which just means thing, like another. Just it comes back to just being a synonym
just
for
like
noun.
very non-specific.
Yeah, it is very. It just means noun.
Yeah.
It takes the place of they, I guess, or it, which is insane, absolutely insane. And apparently, it's in no way related to the Isle of Wight.
Oh.
Whose name is derivative of Latin that comes through Welsh and maybe Celtic.
Okay.
I don't want to butcher those languages anymore, so we're going to skip past that. We've already offended those people enough, I think. So the word first appeared in William Morris's translation of the Grettis Saga. So the Grettis Saga is an old Norse folk hero who just cannot seem to do right or stop murdering. Grettir gets banished out of Iceland. Okay. It's really great. It's a really interesting saga.
Sweet.
I have actually read this one. And it takes place between the 13th, or it's from the 13th to the 14th century. Mm-hmm. So when he was, when Mr. Morris was translating it, there's a variation of the Draugr called the Haugby, which is Norse Haugr, meaning barrow, which is a mountain dweller, and it lives within its tomb. And then Morris later translates that to barrow wight, so barrow thing.
Okay.
Or barrow person.
Sure.
Haugr, however, is animate will, so it's this Norse concept of living will, so like spirit.
Okay.
So the bodies have to be strong for the will to return to it, for it to become a Haugboy or a Draugr.
Okay.
So that's where that resolution ties in from the D&D lore, which I thought was really interesting.
Right.
I really like how deep that tie goes. Mm-hmm. And later on, we'll see it's actually reflected mechanically as well.
Awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like they did their homework on this one.
Yeah, it really seems like there's not much homework to do. There's like one Wikipedia page and a couple other sources. But yeah. So a quick difference between
doesn't have to be a lot to go through. Just attention to detail, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
it. And they are. I'll give them shit for monster creation, but their attention to detail is way better than ours will ever be. Especially after a couple of pints.
Always after a couple of pints.
Always after a couple of pints. So the Haugby versus the Draugr. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Don't write in. I'm good. The difference is the Haugboy cannot leave its gravesite and only attacks those who trespass on it. So that's kind of where we start to leave that idea. Mm-hmm. So quickly touching on Draugr, because I know we're going to dig more into this when we do Duragar. Or Durgar.
The mountain.
Jesse, you want to chime in?
The Underdark Dwarf?
Yeah. Draugr?
The Duragar. The Underdark Dwarves.
Yeah.
Duragar.
Okay. So we'll touch more on the Draugr when we get into the Duragar, because there's way more comparison.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So Draugr stems from Draugus, which means phantom, very similar to a revenant. And in Swedish, draug means pale, ineffectual, slow-minded person that drags themselves along, which I thought was a very intense definition for 4 letters. Very intense.
There's a couple key points in that one for such a short word. I like it.
So very descriptive. I love it. So Draugrs live in their grave sites, and they guard buried treasure, but they can actually leave. Their animated corpse is corporeal. They have superhuman strength. They can increase their size at will and carry the unmistakable stench of decay.
Okay.
So that last point is very Duragar.
I wonder what the difference is in changing their size. Like how big or small can they go?
I didn't dig too much further than that, because as soon as I started to read that, I'm like, oh, these are just Duragar.
Yeah, sure,
so
fair enough.
the first 2 points, leaving the grave sites, animated corpse, those are definitely white.
Mm-hmm. Specific?
Yeah, very, very white specific. So it does, because it's a word that just is a stand-in for general noun, it comes into place all throughout history and literature. Mm-hmm. like Chaucer, Henry Chaucer?
Jeffrey Chaucer.
Jeffrey Chaucer. Thank
Henry
you.
Chaucer.
I knew we had an English major on here.
Jeffrey
for a
Chaucer's long lost brother.
reason. Yeah. Jeffrey Chaucer fucking loves this word. He uses it everywhere. I'm not even gonna bother. Prologue of the Night is really good though, but you should read that.
Yeah.
There's like
See, I'm wondering.
Okay.
Because I also read the Canterbury Tales, which would be where all of the other tales come from, mostly from Chaucer, and I'm wondering if I'm confusing it with Beowulf.
Oh.
If that's where I saw the word wight and had to look it up.
Maybe.
But it's been a long time.
It could be. So what could have happened is it could have been a translation of Beowulf that happened after this William Morris's translation, because this was a translation in like the 1400s. So if they translated Beowulf after, wight would have just been kind of a stand-in for noun at this point in history. So it becomes a stand-in around that.
Both, Jesse.
Yeah.
And you're just really well read.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably more likely.
Yeah. I mean, the well-read thing comes from being an English major for many years. So.
And now you're a podcaster.
It just goes hand in hand, eh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming.
And I barely read books.
Yeah, it's coming in handy.
It's terrible.
I'm sure you've read the Monster Manual once or twice. That counts as
I've
a
read
book.
parts of it.
Yeah. Shakespeare drops this shit in Othello. Uses it exclusively as a blanket noun, and I think as an insult, it's really hard for me to tell without context.
He would use something like as an insult. Like just like he'd find a way to call you nothing specific, and without ever saying using the word nothing. He would totally do that.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Byron definitely uses it as an insult, but that's just my boy. I love Byron. He's great. You should read more Byron if you haven't. And then we get into the stuff that I don't give a shit about. In Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I love it. Here we go.
The Fellowship
Go back
encounter barrow wights in the Barrow Downs.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's 45 pages of how nice the Barrow Downs are.
Oh, man.
So they apparently it also includes the King of the Barrows. This is just east of the Brandywine River, and these are 100% based on the Hogby. So that's fine. So this is where it starts to kind of hit barrow wights for sure. Kind of hit that. I don't know if we ever covered it, but barrow's like a grave.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. Just you kind of glossed over a little bit, and you did mention that the translation turned into barrow wight.
Yeah,
but
barrow's like a synonym for like grave mound or gravesite.
Right. Yeah.
And then stuff I care about even less somehow. In A Song of Ice and Fire, George R. R. Martin wrote about them. They were resurrected through necromancy and cold magic. They were slow and clumsy. They could scent. They would send living. No, they have a cold scent that sends living animals into a panic. They feel no pain. They are apparently very flammable. I found several references to how on fire they were. If destroyed, and this is a direct quote from somewhere because I could not be fucked to look up where the quote came from. They have bright blue eyes like two blue stars. This man is the voice of our generation. You heard it here, folks.
I need more of in my life. I need more of James having to research and very specifically describe and take me through things he doesn't care about. Because that was beautiful. That was so good. I know you've seen maybe one episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I saw one episode one time.
Yeah,
my loving and wonderful and beautiful
I've
fiance
seen it the whole way through.
Asked me to sit down and watch one episode, and the Elf King got on a dragon and then died. Like some girl just ran through his guards and stabbed him in the neck.
There's no elves in it, though.
Yeah, he's a fucking Elf King. I don't care what you say. I believe, according to my research, I learned that they're called the Others.
Okay. Sure.
Which just appear to be J.J.R. Martin's Drow, because Drow is copyright. And my next point is that anyone is literally more qualified to talk about this than I am. So J.R.R. Martin 100% ripped off D&D to write his books, is what I'm saying to you. Because D&D came out in 1974, and that's when wight became associated with the undead. So George R.R. Martin was just like, hey,
I'll just do that.
I'll just do that. Yeah, that's cool. But obviously he couldn't use Drow, so he had to use the Others.
Yeah.
How, like, the majesty of this man's pen to paper to come up with the Others with a capital O, just blowing my mind.
Yeah, well, if it
You know what he could have
sells,
used? Wights.
Could
It's
use
the same
Wights.
thing.
Could use, yeah, right. By definition.
Yeah. There's no note in here, listeners, that I'm supposed to shit on Martin, but I'm going to do it every chance I get. I don't.
Do it. We're gonna lose some of our listeners for sure.
Yeah. That's,
So as someone who has read all of those books,
oh, please.
though
We did bring on an expert.
Yes, we did.
I mean, mostly at this point out of obligation, because I feel like I've read them all. I might as well continue when they come out. I haven't watched most of the show. I lost interest after the second season, but I don't remember there being others. I don't remember a bunch of this. I just remember them being scary ice monsters.
That's what I'm talking about. The Drow.
Yeah.
The Winter Elves. The Elf King. He in the game, in the TV show, he looks just like Prince Nuala from Hellboy 2, who's an Elfin King.
Kind of, yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Man, we should talk about Hellboy 2 instead. That's a way
Fucking
better
right.
thing.
That movie's amazing. Shout out to my boy Ron Perlman.
Total spoiler alert for down the road episode. I started doing preliminary research on Cambions.
Okay.
Hellboy is a Cambion
Yeah,
by definition.
fair.
Yeah, essentially.
Pretty cool.
If we want to talk about shit that I've read everything of, Hellboy's on that list.
There we go.
I know
You know
Mike
what?
Magnolia is
Scrap Wights. Let's
problematic
talk about red.
sometimes. Let's talk about red.
Big red. Let's go.
Spoiler for that episode, I like Ape Sapien better.
I mean, who doesn't?
He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
And in relation to that, David Hyde Pierce, because David Hyde Pierce did the voice for him in the first
did he?
movie, but did so little work on it that he wouldn't take credit. He gave the credit to Doug Jones, who ended up doing the voice and the body acting.
Oh, no
in,
shit.
In number 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
And Doug Jones is the sweetest man I've ever met in my life.
yeah. So, wait, have you met Doug Jones?
Yeah, I used to work for my friend's comic book shop, and we did conventions, so I met all of these people.
All of the
Doug Jones almost made me cry. He gives really good
Yeah.
hugs with those weird long arms.
So, I have a thing about Doug Jones. He is Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies, and he's 2 of the terrifying monsters in that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
and Legion.
Yeah, he seems like the nicest dude, and also I listened to this interview with him where he talked about how he practiced doing all the weird movements.
Yeah.
So what he does is he goes to a public gym and to kind of one of those big gyms in LA that kind of has a ballet kind of room.
Okay.
So there are mirrors on the outside, but people can usually see what's going on inside, and he just stands in them and does weird movements until he figures out how the monster or whatever he's playing is going to move around.
Yeah, that's so perfect. He's just fucking Doug Jonesing around in a ballet studio, and that's amazing.
Well, he says that occasionally he looks up and there'll be bodybuilders who are just staring at him kind of aghast because he's been doing all this weird shit for an hour.
That's so good. He's wonderful.
That's so good. He should play
Hollywood.
Wight.
I'm talking to you directly, Hollywood. Make his Nosferatu remake. I want to see him as Max
Oh yeah,
Schreck.
that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, please.
I joined Twitter to follow that campaign in 2014, but that's what I want. If I get anything, make it that. Don't reboot whatever the next thing you're going to reboot is. Give Doug Jones Max Schreck's role in the Nosferatu.
There you go.
All right. Well, I put my soapbox away. Freeman, you want to take us to the ads?
My God. Well, I don't know if you've got a beer in front of you, Jesse. But we're cracking into some Blackmail Stouts by the lovely brewery Strange Fellows Brewing. They today have sponsored Jesse to be on the show, which is entirely untrue.
Paying for a subscription to Zencaster.
And I think this is an appropriate time to admit that we've or maybe I've shown our amaturity. That's a word, right? Amaturity.
Whatever it is, you're showing it now.
Perfect. And I introduced Jesse, but we haven't talked about at all who he is or how we know him, why he's here.
We could have that in post, I guess.
Yeah, no. I
figured we'd just
now's
do it
the
at the
time.
end.
We've cracked a beer. Jesse, tell us about yourself. What's your deal? Who are you?
Why are you here?
I've never met you face to face.
All right, so I'm Jessy Boros. I co-host DMs of Vancouver with my friend Sean Hagan.
Which is another podcast,
we
by the way.
interview. Yeah, thank you. we interview DMs about DMing, which is how we know James. He asked to come on the show, and I said yes, which I don't think he was expecting.
No, I'm
remember
not qualified to do anything.
he was pretty excited
much less
when
talk
you-
about this.
Our big thing is we interview DMs. Generally, we try to get them to decide what they want to talk about ahead of time, because I guess who chooses their own topic usually is more passionate about it than if we just like handed them one.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
A thing we've gotten into, or a philosophy we've embraced as we've gotten farther into the show, is that like no matter how much experience a DM has, they usually have something interesting to say about DMing.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
James, you say you're not qualified for anything, but like, you know, you've been running for a while. You had it was a really good episode.
I had a blast.
It was really interesting. We even take on people who've only DM'd like a handful of sessions, because usually they have something interesting to say or some insight. And like,
Yeah, and if you're looking for, I don't mean to shamelessly plug family, but Haley's episode was fantastic for intro DMs.
yeah, literally like a couple hours after she ran her first session ever.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
And you can find her stuff at haleyboros.com,
all right.
not haleyboros.ca.
And more importantly, where can our listeners find you? I imagine that's why they tuned into the episode.
Oh, yeah. That's why they're here.
Yeah. You can find me personally at Jessy Boros on Twitter. I managed to get my actual real name, which was surprising to me after many years. But you can find the show at DMs of Vancouver. You can also find us at dmsofvancouver.ca or at cavegoblins.com, which is our network, is the Cave Goblin Network.
That's fantastic. And they're also based out of lovely, sunny Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yeah.
They're great guys, and we highly suggest you go check out their show, show them some love, give them those download links.
Totes my goats.
Yes, and give us reviews.
Oh my God.
Sweet, sweet reviews.
All 5 stars.
So important, but I always forget to ask for them.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm going to tell you, the asking doesn't always work unless you do it a lot.
Yeah.
We've got like 5.
I think we're at like
We've been going for 3 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So good. One day
Mom,
we'll make
I'm
it
talking
big,
to you
guys.
directly here now. Just create like 7 iTunes accounts and review our show, Mom.
Yes. Oh, I guess if we're talking about where people can find me, speaking of DM's Test Kitchen, they do a sideshow called Chef's Night, and I am heavily involved in that, despite originally only being on there for one season.
Heavily is right, and you play an awesome fucking character, and I highly encourage everybody to check that out.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that was a good Strange Fellows break right there.
I think this episode is actually brought to you by the DMs of Vancouver.
and Strange
Yeah.
Fellows. I mean, yeah.
Those strange fellows.
Yeah, they gave it up on us. We'll never give up on them.
Next episode. They can have the spot back next episode. I promise.
All right. Well, what do we got? What do we got from there? Let's go back to Wights.
Wights.
Yeah,
Right.
let's-
Is that what we're talking about?
Let's talk about the Wights.
Wiggets. Michinics, I think, is the next category.
Sure.
Yes, Mykonix.
Yeah.
Mykonix?
Yep, exactly
Yeah.
that. Vikings, I believe.
Vicodin?
Ah, yes, that's correct.
We got there eventually, boys. They are a CR3 creature
Tier 3. They
with 45 health.
not too tough. But we've taken a step back in our
Yeah.
CRs here.
Deep,
yeah.
deep step back.
Yeah.
An AC 14. So they're not bad.
Yeah.
Medium, neutral, evil, undead. You know.
Huge.
Yeah. They know the languages they knew in life, which is not particularly interesting and a super cop out, but I'm into it. I really wish
Depends
there.
on how deep you create your white scenario.
Yeah, I guess so. I want there to be like a language of the dead.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that would be really cool, like a common like
Yeah.
Necronomicon kind of language. Like
Just Pig Latin.
I imagine it like ancient Egypt, but that's only because I really love that Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser and Arnold Vosloo, and Rachel Weisz.
God, the first movie really holds
It's
up.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Even the third one's pretty good, even though Rachel Weisz isn't in it anymore. We miss you. DR, necrotic, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, non-magical, and non-silvered.
Silver.
Don't get that at all. There's no Kolchak the Night Stalker reference that I found, so I'm not really sure where that comes from.
You just almost never see silver. Like silver is almost like lycanthropic specific, and that's it.
It honestly makes me wonder if it's all undead and I've just been ignoring it my entire career. Like I read this and I'm like, is it all undead? Yeah. And then I didn't look. We're gonna do an episode
It's
on that
not.
eventually.
No,
It's
definitely
not,
not. It's
sadly.
definitely
Oh,
not.
really?
Yeah.
One of my problems with 5e is that, like, whenever they have something that has damage reduction to non-silver, non-magic, or, like, magic always overrides it, and I'm like, why make it a separate thing?
Yeah, right.
Yes, seriously.
As soon as you get a +1 weapon, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're immune to that unless you've got a regular silver dagger at first level. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're a metallurgist in your past life. They are straight up immune to poison, which I think all undead are. They are immune to exhaustion and poison. Again, I think all undead are. Yeah. They have dark vision 60 feet, so that answers that question.
Yeah.
And they have a big beefy con, like we talked about. So this represents the Hauger, which is the animated will of North mythos. It specifically reflects the line in the description that says they overpower people with their resolution. So for those who don't know, con gives you health, so your HP is directly tied to your con. So they've got a 16 con, which means they get an extra 3 HP per level, which at this level is only 9, but it adds up. They've got their strength and dex is fine. It's 15 and 14 respectively, which I think are both +2s. That's fine. For a CR3 creature, I actually think these guys they're good. Again, we don't say that very often, but I think they're a solid CR3.
Yeah.
As for abilities, they have sunlight sensitivity. They have sunlight sensitivity, which means they have disadvantage on attacks in sunlight and perception checks based on sight.
Based on sight, okay.
Yeah. And they have
sunlight's no friend. No friend.
No. It reflects that like they live in their dark burial ground, angsty teenager kind of nonsense they got going on. It even looks like an emo kid with a sword.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
It's a great picture. If you guys haven't seen it, I don't know what skulls those are, but I guess tieflings maybe.
Everyone crack out page 300. Yeah, it's
a cool looking character, but it honestly looks like I wanted to look when I was 17.
Actually, he's got some crazy ass armor.
It's insane.
It's all like just by the picture alone, you'd think you tried to grapple it or strike it with like a shorter weapon. You're gonna take some bleed damage.
What is that hugging dwarf? Does it have that armor?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesse, you know that one, the hugging dwarf from the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide?
Don't. Oh. I don't have that book. Sadly.
Oh, okay. There's some good stuff in there.
It's one of those books that I keep waiting for it to go on sale because I can't justify the full price for it for like the 5 pages I'm going to use.
Yeah.
But like I want it so badly.
Yeah, I got it for like half off. I think it's like a dwarven blood rager. It's like a barbarian that wears armor that has spikes on it that just jumps and hugs you.
Ranger, that's right. I forgot about them. Oh man.
So that's the kind of armor it looks like it's wearing, but mechanically it's studded leather because wizards.
Yeah, because wizards.
They have multi-attack, which is pretty cool. That means they can take 2 attacks with the longsword or the longbow, or 1 with the longsword and life drain, which we'll dig into in a second. Sword is fine, +4, 1d8 or 1d10 two-handed, so just your regular greatsword. Bow is same. Bow is raw. The life drain is really neat. It's +4 to hit, 1d6 necrotic, DC 13 con save, or maximum HP is reduced by the damage taken until the end of a long rest.
Oh, yeah.
If reduced to 0, the target dies, no save, 24 hours later, and rises as a zombie, which I think is really cool. It doesn't say... it says zombie. It doesn't say zombie page.
Doesn't tell you where the stat block is.
It doesn't. So I imagine it's the zombie stat block from the monster manual, which is just a few pages later.
Like just probably an appendix monster list kind of thing. Yeah.
No, it's in the book itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the last ones. Yeah. But I think this is where Wights get primed for homebrew.
Right.
Speaking of which, Jesse, you told us earlier you got some stories.
Yes. So, I have, as I kind of mentioned when we talked about 4th Ed, I have problems with 5th Ed's monsters in that there are no, variations on them. So, I had party coming onto this bridge that was kind of taken over by the undead. It was like a fort as well as a bridge. They needed to get in. I'm like, I need a good monster for this. Wight is really good thematically. Then I looked at the stat block, and I'm like, oh, so it's going to get murdered in a turn.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is unacceptable. So one of the other problems I have with 5e is that it does the thing where it's like, yeah, this monster can be from any race, but here's just the base stat block like a human. And I'm like, okay, but what if I want it to be a dragonborn?
Right.
Which is completely different in so many ways. So what I did is because he was the big boss, I beefed up his hit points by 100 or 200 or something like that.
Nice.
Wow.
By a lot.
Yeah.
And I left him with his original life drain, but I also made his dragonborn breath attack a life drain.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
So he breathes in like Kirby.
Yeah, exactly.
Undead Dragon Kirby.
I nerfed it more than I should have when I ran it. I made it like a one-time kind of use thing, like a Dragonborn's breath weapons.
Oh,
like you
okay.
really only get it once. I should have treated it more like a half dragon, so it just would I would roll and it would come back.
Yeah,
but
recharge.
like even with kind of nerfing it, because I had put my players through a hell of a time to get up there, he still was very dangerous to them. Partially because he was a big beefcake hit points wise, but partially because, they had fought several skeleton minotaurs and a flame skull and a bunch of other shit on their way up.
Cool.
So I mentioned to you guys before we started recording that this story also kind of connects to your previous episode on unicorns.
And we're so
Part of the
fucking
reason
excited.
they were able to defeat this wight is that we had a wild magic sorcerer.
Oh no! I've always
One of
wanted
their
to play one of them.
One of their surges summons a unicorn.
Oh,
Guess what she rolled on her D100?
It's amazing.
So the other thing that kind of ties into your last episode is the unicorn was not very useful. Aside,
it's good to know that somebody's learning from our show.
Yeah, that's so good.
yeah. Aside from its healing, what I did, and this is another problem I have with 5e, is that like I do feel like for undead creatures, healing magic should hurt them.
Yeah, we agree.
Oh yeah,
wholeheartedly over
we've
here.
talked about that before, definitely.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, he's healed a couple. It's done like 2 turns. It hasn't really done anything to the wight. I guess it'll just heal it for damage instead.
Hell yeah.
And that's eventually how they defeated this like very disturbing, like decaying dragonborn wight.
That's wicked.
I
That's a good
love
story
that.
right there. Yeah.
Now you got me thinking about it, and I think it would damage, like healing magic would damage the undead, but maybe bring them back to life, and they're just very confused about everything that's happening.
What am I doing here?
Where have I been the last 400 years?
You know what? Like thematically, that would have been really cool because wights are still like they're terrible people before they die.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Right.
So, like, that would have been an interesting way, like, to accidentally introduce a second stage of the fight.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe put the stats on a veteran or whatever, like the veteran NPC,
Right.
and like wouldn't have been too tough, but would have been like still pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't have all that buffs from not feeling pain and shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is?
That's some good fun right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his final form.
Super Saiyan
Yeah.
4.
But yeah, so they beat the wight, and then there was this thing with the storm giant giving one of the players a blessing, and stuff like that.
That's the kind of shit we play D&D for. Fighting an
So-
undead dragon on a bridge. One of your friends somehow accidentally summons a unicorn, and then a storm giant is like, yeah, you guys are cool.
Yeah. So in this old group of mine, which sadly does not play together anymore, we had a tendency to like categorize the style of DMs after we played with them. This was during my first thing. The other thing about the unicorn is they had met him earlier. They had been going through this like elven, like, sacred glade, and they kind of glade, and they had seen him in the distance. So it was like, oh, this ties back perfectly by literal random chance.
That's so good. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
D100, and they summon the unicorn they just met.
But
Unicorn have a
I guess
name?
the thing...
Did
Pardon?
the unicorn have a name?
No, they never talked to it.
Okay.
Because it also only disappears after like a minute, right?
Right.
It goes back to where it came from. My group, I guess, decided I was very good at making the world feel very mythical and fantastical because they nicknamed me the Mythic DM.
Oh, sick.
Oh, that's awesome.
sweet.
Yeah, we had another person who was the completionist DM because she always completed her campaigns, which almost none of the rest of us do. I can't remember what Jay was called. He might have just been the long haul DM or something like that. But yeah,
That's cool.
that was the thing.
That's a hell of a title. You should get that on a t-shirt or a plaque or something.
I should.
Sort of trophy.
Well, I mean,
One day.
do you have any stories with the wight, James?
Honestly, I've used wights all over the place.
Yeah.
I honestly think they're a solid CR3 creature, which you won't catch me saying very often.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot that I would traditionally home brew from these guys to make them worth their salt. I think Jesse had it right. Add some more hit points if you want them to last a little bit longer. When it comes to creatures like this, specifically, like lower end creatures, wight I would want to be something kind of special, like Jesse was saying. The difference between Jesse and I is that at that point, I just wouldn't track hit points.
Right.
I would just add them up and be like, all right, that seems about right. You guys are getting tired and kind of battered and bruised. That's my secret to DMing, is that I don't really hit point. I wait for it to feel right. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, I have what's in the book down as a reference. Like,
Yeah, sure.
standard 45. Okay, they've done 53 damage. Nothing really epic has happened yet. So
Yeah, let it
that kind of stuff.
roll, yeah.
I would look to 4E, and I would 100% steal that fucking Slaughter White Blast.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane. Like I imagine it just like howling, and then like all the zombies around it start howling, and like I would obviously nerf that for a CR3 creature. Like DC 12 will save, and then like 1D4 plus 4 necrotic I think would be fine. But I think that's a really, really cool ability.
Yeah.
Fuck, now that you got me on a roll, I think I'd throw some bard characteristics into it too.
Yeah?
Yeah, like inspire courage and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like I would use a wight as a commander of like a horde of zombies or skeletons or something like that. So I'd throw in some bard traits, like just give it inspire courage.
Yeah, like a leadership kind of thing, and maybe like a couple of zombies or skeletons would give them pack tactics or something like that as well. Or
no,
or,
I wouldn't give anything
something related
low
to
intelligence pack tactics.
Because there is a leadership trait built into some of the characters, isn't there?
I don't.
Yeah, the
hobgoblin.
orc clan leaders or something like that.
Yeah.
Or hobgoblins.
Yeah, so they have all that stuff. There's also a leadership feat that I quite like that bolsters with temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
But instead of doing that, I would honestly just give them some bard abilities.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think that's just easier for me than having to track that stuff down, where I can just flip up in the PHB to bard.
Well, I have something controversial to say. I think I was.
You also like this character?
What's that?
You also like this character as is?
I'm relatively happy with them. I mean, I think I'd have to go back and do my own kind of like a re-review. What's really weird is just as you were starting to tell that, I started thinking back about all of our previous episodes and realized this is the first time we've done Undead. Then I started quickly reviewing the few campaigns that I've run, some of them a bit longer than others, and I'm like 99.9% sure I've never used an undead.
Really?
Really.
That's insane.
How strange is that?
Odd.
And I'm like,
just wasn't playing a cleric. That's all I would use.
I'm kind of stunned at myself right now. I can't believe I've included some really crazy ones in like background story and stuff.
I can't believe that's true, because I played Ghost of Saltmarsh with you.
Were there undead in that?
I feel like there's got to be.
Oh, there was
Ghost
one
of
undead.
Saltmarsh.
The alchemist was undead,
right?
And there were some skeletons. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's.
okay.
But I also didn't write that campaign.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I guess that would be the one time, and even then it was just skeletons and like a homebrewed like skeleton mage, or like a custom one for the adventure, I guess. How weird is that? I've never plugged one in myself.
Honestly, knowing you, it's not that weird. You
No?
always tend to you lean towards like the fey and the happy side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Whereas I always lead to like that goth rock Children of Bodom side.
Which is so weird because I'm the one who's like really for the really macabre dark campaign, and you're not so keen on it.
It also does. It's a pretty good analog for our personalities. Like,
Sure,
just leave me alone and I'll cut stuff. And, like, I'm bubbly. I'm going to go steal shit from people and run around real fast.
This is true. This is very true. Oh man,
That's something we should keep an eye on and try and observe more and see if our monster choices are more indicative of our personalities.
my favorite one. What about you, Jesse? Do you feel like you gravitate towards certain monsters based on your own personality? How self-aware are you as a DM?
Just dogs.
So
Shadow Mastiffs and Deathhounds.
I think it's worth mentioning that in my current campaign, almost everything I do is reskinned to be something else.
So every single thing
I
he
am-
uses is tailored to himself. Yeah.
I do use a lot of undead, but that's because I think they're very like practical meat and potatoes monsters.
Yeah.
And there's also a certain, like, I think even more so than more so than orcs, they're, like, easy to put in as a shock trooper, and the players immediately know, oh, they're undead, we can just kill them.
Yeah. There's no moral conflict.
There's no convolution there at all.
But can I tell you about one of my favorite undeads quickly?
Oh, Christ, yes.
So, have you guys heard of the Fairy Fire book put out by Astrolago Press?
I don't.
I've come across it, but I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, it was a book made by people here in Vancouver. Haley actually has some art in it, but it's the aesthetic of the book is called fairy punk, and it's kind of like Lisa Frank meets the Fae.
Fuck yes.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
So
More of that.
it's It's very good. And they have these skeleton variants in them called Skelecrons. And they're skeletons that have gems growing out of them, and they absorb elemental energy.
That's awesome.
So you hit it with a firebolt, it takes damage, its gem turns red, now it's immune to fire damage.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And when you kill it, it explodes with fire damage.
We need more of that. We need more enemies who explode.
Yeah.
So those are my favorite because they're just they're so versatile, and the party kind of makes them their own worst enemy if they're like, oh, I just always use firebolt.
Oh,
Right.
Trust
like,
me.
oh, well, now they're immune to that. So
My party's in a fire forge right now, and I've got a tiefling warlock and a fire sorcerer, and they're just mad.
Yeah, they did almost nothing last session.
Super good. Just,
Well, in one fight.
they're fighting a fire giant who had 2 hellhound pets. But can you quickly give me the name of that book again, and we'll link that in the show notes.
Fairy Fire, and if you remind me afterwards, I'll send you a link to their page.
Yeah, that would be
Sweet,
great. And then that way our listeners can have a link to that page if they choose to support such an what a visceral.
And if they
explanation.
listen, even.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
You got anything else, guys?
That's it for me, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm all good.
Okay, so thank you all for listening, creatures. We've had an absolute blast. If you want to find us online, you can find us at EncounterPod on Twitter. You can email us at info@encounterthis.ca, facebook.com/encounterthis. Please rate and review on your podcast of choice. Thanks, Jesse, for that push. And if you like what we do, you can find us on Patreon. $5 will get you a handwritten thank you letter and access to our show notes. And for $10, you can suggest a creature like Jesse here did. But you guys know all about us. Jesse, give everybody the cliff notes of where they can find you again.
You can find me at DMs of Vancouver, co-hosting that with my friend Sean. You can find us on Twitter at DMs of Vancouver. You can find me at Jessy Boros. Yeah, and you can find our podcast on any podchaser and on Spotify and all that good stuff.
All the major
Nice.
platforms.
Yeah, so go check them out. They really are a wonderful resource.
And make sure you leave them a review. A review.
Give us those sweet, sweet
Give
reviews.
us a review, and then go over there and give them a review.
And they also have a Patreon if you're looking.
Yes, patreon.com/cavegoblins. It's for our whole network.
And they're doing great. It's a whole network of Vancouver natives doing great shows over there. So just go check them out in general.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse. That's
thanks
wicked, man.
thanks for coming on. It's been a fucking
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
All right, listeners, you got it. We'll give you a spoiler. Jesse is going to be on another episode coming up where we talk about Sean Cassidy.
No, what? No. Oh my God. That's your only hint.
That is your only hint. There are more than enough of you nerds out there who better be able to figure that out. I'll be so mad if nobody gets that. Email us all of those.
See it.
Tell me who Sean Cassidy is. Don't Google it, you nerds. All right, thank you. We love you. Bye.
Bye.